Hi YouTube and welcome to my channel. I am going to talk about narcissistic abuse and how it affects the victims of narcissistic abuse. I want to just say that I'm trying to do these videos in between my outpatient treatments that I have at Methodist Hospital. I love Methodist Hospital, and I am being treated for array of different things there, but my lupus flares caused me to have a lot of health issues. But I want to talk about how going through the narcissistic divorce the narcissistic abuse that I've had to go through this divorce has made it very difficult for me with my lupus. And not just with my lupus, but also with my family and with my children, and not being able to be a part of my children's. My daughters are older. I have one that's in her teens and one that's in her 20s, but not being able to be a part of their life is extremely stressful, because when you have an illness and you're going through a divorce and you're going through a narcissistic abuse situation, you don't have the strength that you would normally have to fight this. And when that person is a breadwinner and he's been the person who's taking care of everything financially, and he's refusing to give you any money because, that's his money, and you have to wait for the settlement. In the process of that, it's very difficult because of the finances you have, and also just trying to, because I have never really worked during our marriage. And so now I'm working, but it's not expensive. I mean, it's not a well-paying job. It is not anywhere near how much he makes. So my income is very low. But when you're starting back into a workforce, of course, it's not going to be high anyway. But starting back into the workforce, that is a new workforce, a new work environment, and also having to be on short-term disability, it cuts everything very, very close financially. And to realize this is sanctioned by the court, like basically they're not going to help you get money. They're not going to help you in the sense of, like, when you think, oh, I've been with someone for 25 years, it's going to be cut right down the middle. It's not. So I want to say, remember when you're going through this to take care of yourself, because your body will start to show your stress. And I talked about that in one of my other videos, but I just want to say this again. What happens to your heart when it's under stress, it can go into arrhythmias. These arrhythmias can be triggered by a fast heart rate, which we call tachycardic. A tachycardic or tachycardia heart rate is a heart rate that is over 100. A heart rate that's less than 60 is a bradycardic, which is a very low heart rate. So you will have these situations of a very high heart rate, and then sometimes you can also have a very low heart rate, and it can also be something that can cause problems with you. You could pass out, you could have a stroke, you could have cardiac arrest if these heart rates are very high. So it's very important that you do seek help when you start having the palpitations. Don't just think, I'm having a panic attack, it's okay. Get a heart monitor. I work for Barty Diagnostics, Baxter International, and we have the CAM, Carnation Ambulatory Monitor. It's a heart monitor that can catch a rhythm that could be a deadly rhythm. And when you're going through stress, like I said, it can affect your body. It doesn't mean you have to have lupus, doesn't mean you have to have any other health issues. This kind of thing, stress, is a killer. It really is. It can increase your blood pressure, it can change your heart rate and have serious arrhythmias, but also it can affect your gut. People don't realize that they say that the gut is the second brain, and basically whatever you're thinking about, like let's say it's not able to sleep because you're stressed out, or maybe you're not able to eat, or maybe you're eating too much because you're stressed out. This affects your gut, or eating the wrong things. This can affect your gut. Your gut, meaning your colon, and also that entire abdomen area, it can affect. So your small or your large colon can be affected with diverticulosis. And I've been having diverticulitis, and I've had to have a lot of CTs and ultrasounds to try to see why I keep having these acute diverticulitis happen. I do have lupus, and so sometimes you take steroids and that can cause it to happen more. But it's really important that you take care of your health, and especially take care of your gut. And that's why, like me being on a plant-based diet, once I do have my diverticulitis infection under control, it will help. But a lot of people who go through this don't think about the stress factor. The stress factor can be very, very apparent when you're going through a divorce, especially with the narcissist. And I've lost basically everything. I've lost my children. I've lost my home. He's taken everything out of the home. I have no money. So with all that loss and trying to hold on and wait till this divorce is over, I would love to have a really good attorney that could fight for me, but that costs money. So remember, if you are going through this alone, try to get a support system. That can help a lot. At my church, Prince of Peace is where I go, and they have a support system. They have other support systems like the Houston Area Women's Center. The thing about therapy is that usually it's going to cost. But if you have a group support system that is free at your church or at the Houston Area Women's Center, just someone to talk to who understands narcissistic abuse, that is going to help you a lot with some of this stress. Also, writing it down. I think the videos that I do are really for myself. Maybe one day my daughters will be able to watch them, or my sons, and be able to understand what I was going through. Or maybe it'll help just one person understand what narcissistic abuse can be like. But I'm trying not to make them too long. I'm trying to just give you quick glimpses of what's happening with me. But just being able to talk about it, it does help. So I also want to encourage you to watch Dr. Romney. I'm going to say it in every video I have. This is her book, and my son and my daughter-in-law got me this book for Mother's Day, and it is a phenomenal read. I love it. And if you need to see what she looks like on YouTube, this is her. So she's a phenomenal speaker, and she's a phenomenal expert on narcissism. I did not know what it was. I just knew that I had been, like, it's abusive when someone's screaming at you. It's abusive when someone is saying demeaning things about you and telling lies about you and literally making you look like you're crazy. Like, you have to prove it by, look at this is my, get my receipts out to prove to you that I have value. But you don't have to prove to anyone that you have value. And that's where I am now. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't have to prove it to him. I don't have to prove it to anyone. I know that I have value. And I remember one time he said to me, nobody's going to care about you. Nobody gives a damn about you. And I said, Jesus Christ does. That shut him up for a minute. I said, Jesus Christ does. And now I know there's a whole community out there that cares because of Dr. Romney and because of understanding it's not you. I understand a lot more about what has happened in my life for the last, with these abusive relationships. And I understand that it is a pattern that needs to be broken and needs to be spoken about. People need to be educated on it, especially those who are in the medical field and those that are in the legal field. They need to be educated on what these abuse victims are going through, what I'm going through. It's serious. It can be deadly. And I'm very grateful for all the help I've gotten. but I think that more people need to know. So take care of yourself, treat yourself kindly, love yourself, and thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for hearing me. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this video or you think it helped at all. Remember, you can leave a comment if you have any questions about anything that's going on with me. And if you want to get more videos like this or more videos about narcissism, I will be promise every day I'm going to try to put a video up. I promise. Thank you so much and have a great day.